Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Entrepreneurial Web. I'm your host, Jeremiah Fox, with my guest, the fighter, Kristin Wallace. It's the last round. Ding,
Yes,
ding, ding.
it is. I think he gets his head cut off at the end. The poor William.
That's going to be
Wallace.
my fate, not yours. That it'll just be an accident
Like,
too. I'll be like, oh, what's this? Curiosity killed the cat.
All this technology. It's
Yeah.
gotta be bound to be something. Yeah, I mean, technology is a steep learning curve for sure.
Oh, man.
When jumping into something,
and-
because there's so much
yeah.
misinformation out there.
But also, like, we didn't grow up with the way, like, we're totally analog and then trying to play catch up. And that's what I've done. It's whatever. I started this show in September,
Mhm.
and it's been a scramble, and I put a lot of time in, and I felt like I've learned a couple things. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, we were just talking about
Mhm.
distribution, like how to optimize distribution and get, just get the word out there. Like, this makes no money either.
Yeah.
It costs money, but
Yeah.
it's fun, and it's just great for so many reasons. But you have to maximize, and it's like being a parent. You really learn to be efficient, because you got like 8 minutes to get this task done that usually takes 15. But
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, editing is like the nerdy
Ugh.
part of it. I actually like the editing
good for you.
nerdy
'cause I
part of
don't.
it, because I like audio editing and stuff.
Well, see,
I find that really
even
fun.
doing all the recording and stuff I did, the editing was the part I liked the least. It was like we record. I love the composition process. I love the studio time and everything.
Mhm.
And it was like everybody left, and I'm sitting in front of the computer, and I'm like,
Just like, yeah.
just like sine waves and cosine waves in front of me, and I'm like, I'm just gonna die. And
Well,
they're just
for-
gonna like.
Because I learned Ableton, like I said before, but
Yeah.
it's like, if it's up to me, I'm happy in front of a computer just like tweaking audio. But I started this really social
Kick
thing
drum sounds, right?
where I have to talk to people.
Yeah.
And I have to talk to people a lot, because we're a community radio
Right.
station where that really reflects our neighborhood. So we
Mhm.
have part of the Sri Lankan population there that's very big, like the biggest outside of Sri Lanka.
Apparently,
in the
the
United
food's
States.
better in Staten Island than it is in Sri Lanka.
Oh, really?
Too.
That's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah, that's what I've
So
heard.
it's really good.
Yeah, I gotta come.
And then
try
there's
that.
also like whatchamacallit?
Who else is here? We got some more guests.
Oh,
I
hello.
gotta keep up with this. Who's this?
But then
Gary
like we're doing.
Rosenthal.
Oh, hey Gary.
What's up, Gary?
Hello.
Renee Hart. That's my boy. Nora McGloin.
Nice.
Brooklyn
nice.
Army Terminal. Tom chimed in.
Oh.
Debbie, you know Debbie, right?
Yes.
We were at a party together recently, and I was like,
Hi, Debbie.
you must know Kristin
Yes,
Wallace, and
she's
she's like, oh my god, my god. I was
I
like,
love
yeah,
her.
yeah.
I know, I
And
miss you guys too.
Kevmo's he's a trombone player that I went to school with, and
Nice.
still lives. He lives right
Nice.
just south in Kensington.
Kensington. That is so
Kensington
cool.
in the
Where all the cool
house.
people live
Yeah,
in Staten Island now. We got to make the Kensington Staten Island connection.
it ain't far. We
It
need our
isn't
own little
far.
ferry that just
I
goes
know.
like right
I
across
wish,
the water
I
real
wish a
fast.
robot. Tom can get a rowboat like, or
Come on,
something.
he can work
of
this
anybody.
out. Come on, he knows a couple
That's
people on
that
the
guy.
waterway. Yeah,
Yeah.
little side hustle for him.
So we're doing this gospel event like next month, actually March the 21st. So it's a gospel brunch with all these gospel, like this, the Late Show gospel choir from the Late Show.
Oh
and
wow.
like a bunch of really awesome gospel bands and stuff. So I have flyers, and I have to do stuff that's so out of my comfort zone,
Mhm.
right? To try to reach that community. And I just have to show up to stuff
Yeah.
and just be like, here I am,
Hi.
this person. So last night I showed up to this Black History Month thing at at a high school that was right next to the projects.
Mhm.
And I'm there, and I'm just standing there, and I finally strike up a conversation, and I was like the only white person there, and like 300 and some people, and I just started talking to people, and I'm like, who am I? This is not me. I'm a nerd person that likes to do stuff like by myself. I like camping by myself. Like I was
always
like,
been
why am I
outgoing, though.
talking to
I would
total
never
strangers?
characterize you as like an introvert.
I don't know.
When do you remember how we
introverted
met?
extrovert.
We were sitting on our stoop on 20th Street, and Patty was pregnant, and you walked downstairs with the twins, and you just looked at her, and you went, "Here, hold this," and just handed her a baby, like no, nothing else, no hi, like you were just like, "Oh, I'm tired. You need practice. Here you go." It's not
Oh, I
introvert-
do remember.
That is not introverted behavior.
At that point, no, that was
At that point, you were like,
take the baby
out. That's great.
But yeah, so it has made me have to talk to people way more, and I had to talk about the radio station quite a lot to people and what you're doing, and that part of it, the sort of consistently elevator pitching or consistently talking to people and and searching for other DJs. Like I can be at a party and I will find that person that will be a new DJ host. Like I'd be at a block party and I listen to this woman, she's talking about how much she loves comic books. And I'm like, you are going to be a DJ host. And she is.
So how does that work out if you're like into comic books and then like you got to translate that into music
her show's
somehow?
called Across the Panels. So there's talk shows there too.
Oh, okay.
So during the
It's not
week
all
usually.
music.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen
It's
the
mostly
radio
it's
stuff, the
mostly
music stuff.
music, but it's talk shows. So like our talk
Gotcha.
shows are we have a show called 2 Drink Minimum, which is about drinking, breweries and stuff. But her
plenty of
show's
those
called
around right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Across the Panels.
Just,
Which
just Staten Island gotten privy to that. Is there a distillery on Staten Island yet?
there's Flagship Brewery.
Oh, well, that's a brewery.
and-
Yeah, I used to
yeah.
sell Flagship, but have they
and
like
Hillsborough Brewery.
has anybody put up a still? Like there's
No,
like in Brooklyn, there's like 17 gins and like 5 whiskeys and rum and just like
no,
yeah.
I think there is none.
Gotta
There's
talk to
maybe a
somebody.
market there.
Need
for
a
that.
like a
Saying.
maker park whiskey.
Oh, that'd be a great idea. I think somebody was trying to make a still, and I think somebody does it in
Out
their
of they could do it out of one of
bathroom or
those
something.
shipping containers.
They should.
Yeah.
But anyway, oh yes, and so like I was at a pocketbook party. I don't really carry a pocketbook, but like
Yeah.
I felt obligated. It was my kid's coach, and she's like, "Come to my party where I'm selling these monogram pocketbooks." And I was like, "All right," and I was listening. Everyone's talking to me like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm starting a non-for-profit streaming radio station," and they would. Most people like glaze over. They're like, "Oh, that's interesting," and this one woman was like, "I want to be a DJ," and I was like, "Yeah, doesn't everybody want to be a DJ?" But she was like, "No, really, I do." And so she's from East New York, and she grew up there, listening to her dad throw parties in her basement, and she would be sent to bed, and she would sneak out at night and sit on her stairwell and listen.
Jam.
And so she inherited her dad's record collection, and so
Nice.
her show is called Stairwell Sessions and Beyond.
That's awesome.
Shout out
So you
to
guys
Lisa
actually
Euclid.
you spin some records. Like,
Records.
there's, like,
Anyone
record-
could come
people
in there
can play
with whatever
records.
they
Yeah.
want, not like 8-track player or anything. But if you have a controller, if you play off a USB CDJ, DJ, if you want to play vinyl, if you want to play CDs, if you want to just play off your computer, you can do that. I mean, it's whatever people are comfortable with, and we teach people how to DJ because it's super amateur. We pride ourselves on how much of a amateur,
Yeah, it's
controlled
like
mess
the
that we are.
CBGBs of
It's authentic, at least.
Yeah,
It's
internet.
we pride ourselves on our unpolished.
That's great.
No,
I
but
love it.
there's some beautiful
Little-
moments
I'm
that
into
can
that
happen.
as well.
Yeah, well, you got to come
just
visit.
listen to my previous
Right,
shows.
sorry. Like, I don't know. It was a controlled slide the whole time. No idea what we talked about,
Right.
but it's
Oh, I'd love to come out.
You have
definitely.
to come
The family
out.
is due for a visit for
yes,
sure. Definitely.
absolutely.
We were
And
we were back in the woods a little bit because of the accident.
the accident. Yes,
The baby.
the bit she took.
No,
Can't call her
whoops.
that.
No, Patty said that the other day. She said not an accident.
I remember she was like, "I want 5 kids." Once upon a time, she told me that, and I was
Getting
like,
close.
"Yeah, well, why don't you reassess that
Yeah.
when you get to like 3?"
She did. She was like, "Yeah, no, let's do it again." So,
It's
anyways.
awesome.
so
So
where
proud for you guys.
exactly? Thank you. We got a minute or two left.
Oh.
Tell people about like where's the space exactly, like geographically. Like most of us don't know Staten Island.
So we're kind of like by the ferry.
Could
on
you
the
walk
North
there
Shore.
from the ferry?
You could. It's like a free train ride, 2 stops though.
Oh, okay.
So from
Cool.
the ferry,
You just take the train.
from the free ferry to the free train,
Yeah.
2 stops. We're right there. And we're in Stapleton, which is a neighborhood. It's on the North Shore. We can see the Manhattan skyline from Maker Park.
Oh, that's so dope.
It's like a world away
yeah.
though.
Yeah, but it's still
It's like so
still
far yet.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And then we're inside of Makerspace, but you can find us at Makerspace, makerparkradio.nyc is us. We're also streaming to TuneIn Radio. We also stream to our own free app, Maker Park Radio app.
And you guys post a lot to Twitter. I see that.
I don't do Twitter as much as Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Maker Park Radio on Instagram.
I
Yeah.
see more of it on Twitter for some reason.
So I have somebody
And
else
I-
do that, and I don't, but I should.
I retweet them.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
I try to
Thank
pump it
you.
out. Yeah.
We and I DJ at Official Chris Wallace. I haven't been in there to DJ in a long time. It's like 2 hours of my happy place
Yeah.
where nobody asked me to do anything. Like nobody texted me. It's 2 hours of like anyway.
Gotcha. Good for the head.
Yes, it
Gotta do
really
it.
therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
learn
mean,
to
I
DJ.
hear
It's
that.
good therapy.
Awesome. Cool. Well, if you're interested in that, check out any of Kristin's sites. If you want to learn to DJ, if you're already a DJ, or you just want to have some fun, go check it out.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank
Thanks
you.
so
So
much.
good to see you
Yeah, you
again. Thank
too.
you for coming on the show. Okay, everybody, have an awesome weekend. We'll check in with you next week and listen to the Entrepreneurial Web.
Bye.
Peace.